Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate the opportunity to wave on to this committee, and thank all of you for being here. I suspect I'm the last one to ask questions, so you're almost done. Business is booming. We need more electricity. We're counting on y'all. I don't want you to feel any pressure, but we are counting on you, okay? We need you. My own state of Georgia, 11 years in a row, #1 state to do business in. Very proud of that, and there's a reason for that. Because we've created a pro-business environment. Our legislature, our governors, they've created a pro-business environment, and we have available energy. We have affordable, reliable energy. That's another reason why people and businesses want to locate to Georgia. I know firsthand that the demand for more electricity is one of the top challenges that we face right now, and we'll continue to face that going forward. Mr. Black, in your written testimony, you also note that the state of Georgia is open for business. In fact, companies are flocking to Georgia because we have good policies, as I say, for business. Mr. Black, what's unique about Georgia? What should Congress do to make sure that the Georgia can remain open for business?
Yes, so the load coming to Georgia is remarkable. I mean, we have line of sight on 10,000 megawatts. I know we've said a lot of numbers today, but that's a lot of electricity. And in the queue, another 50,000 of proposed and projects that may come our way. I believe some of the structures, the electricity structure that we have is incredibly important. It will result in firm gas pipelines. It will result in firm electric transmission. But those pipelines and the need for those and some of the reforms we've talked about in and around NEPA and the Clean Water Act and some judicial reform to get the pipelines done in time is essential.
Okay.
That's a national issue.
Well, let me ask you something, and if I get any of this wrong, you're the expert, so please correct me, okay? But I think it's important to note that the state of Georgia is the only state that has built nuclear reactors in the last 30 years. We have 2 new nuclear reactors at Plant Vogtle, and I believe that Plant Vogtle right now, with the 4 nuclear reactors that are there, is providing about 22% of the electricity needs in the state. And if you combine that with Plant Hatch, which is in my district, in the 1st district, they're providing about 8%. Therefore, about 30% of the energy in the state of Georgia is coming from nuclear.
That sounds accurate, yes.
Yeah. So let me ask you something, because I heard SMRs. A lot of people have been talking about SMRs, but we don't have any under construction right now, do we? Does anybody on the panel know of any that we have under construction?
Not domestically that I'm aware of, no.
Okay.
AP1000s, as you know.
Well, the reason I ask this is because, and I'm, hang with me here if you will. If Georgia Power were to build more nuclear, would it be SMRs, or would you continue with the reactors like you have at Plant Vogtle? Because it's my understanding that you would rather do that than to do the SMRs.
Well, we learned a lot, and we have, I think, understand the risks and the time. I mean, the improvement from 3 to 4 was about 20%.
That's what I understand.
Remarkable. So, you know, if you could go 5, 6, 7, you know, either in our state or some other states within the country, the AP1000, I think the risk, the cone of risk, if you will, is much smaller than some technology we haven't quite developed fully.
Well, I would submit to you that Georgia following through on that project, even though it was challenging, no question about that, but I would submit to you that following through on that project gave the blueprint, if you will, for nuclear reactors in the United States, because as you say, we had a 20% saving between number 3 and 4, and learned a lot of important lessons that can be shared.
Yeah, absolutely, hard but worth it. And again, the fact that it is on all the time is such a remarkably important element.
And it's the largest provider of clean energy in the United States. Is that correct?
That's correct. Number 1.
Number 1.
Yes.
Plus, Georgia's the number 7 state in the country for solar.
Why are we the number 7 state?
Georgia is the number 7 state, is that correct?
That is. It is in the top 10. There are a number of states in the Southeast that have solar resources. I think we're finding, I think it's important to be resource agnostic, but resource aware, and we're able to find ways to get solar on because it is an asset and a resource within our state we can bring on the system affordably.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I thank you for the opportunity to come in here and brag about my home state of Georgia, as I have done for the last 5 minutes. So thank y'all very much for being here.
But the gentleman from Georgia texted